I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one's called Why Do Folks Die After Retirement? Yes, yes. Yes, there's a lot of reasons that folks die after retirement, okay? But the number one cause is stress, okay? Stress at the workplace. And you're working under stressful conditions and stuff like that for a long time, and then it's finally over, and it seems like you're free. You're free, but there's a lot of stuff that comes with it. You know, at first, after dealing with a stressful workplace, your blood pressure goes up. Okay, and they you people usually don't go to the doctor like they should. They don't go to the doctor. So so their blood pressure is uncontrolled for a long time, and then they finally get out, okay? And and then there's the high blood pressure, and then lack of exercise, okay? Usually at work, if you working, you're going to be walking around. Whether you walking from going to the restroom, to the cafeteria, going outside to your car, walking to your car, that's some form of exercise. That's some form of exercise. Just going to the car, coming back, getting everything, and then you rushing doing stuff. But man, and then it's like after they retire, it's like they have no purpose, no purpose. Like at the job, maybe somebody will call and you say, "Hey, Jim, come help me do this, or help me do this." You know, people people make you feel like you have a purpose. But it seems like that's gone when they retire, and then they have bills. Bills be piling up, and no, their money is lower than they when they used to work. Like their social security is lower than when they used to work, or their pensions or something like that. It's real low. So so then they sit at home. Okay, they sit at home because they can't go out and do stuff like they want to do. Maybe before they retired, they say, well, I'm gonna travel and stuff like that. They don't do nothing. And that leads to a sedentary life. So when they get into a sedentary life, they're sitting around doing nothing. Doing nothing. They're watching TV. They get up, maybe fix them a sandwich or something, sit down again, watch TV all day long. You know, so that really messes you up right there. And then loneliness. Yes, yes. Some people retire and they get lonely. First, they could talk to anybody down at the job. But if they don't have no job, they sit home a lot of times and don't talk to nobody. They don't talk to nobody, because they're used to being around other employees that will come and talk to them and stuff like that. But you don't have all of that. A lot of folks don't have that. A lot of folks sit at home and they may call some of their family members, say, hey, what y'all doing?
I got to get
Oh,
ready for work.
oh, okay. Okay, I'll call you back later. You know. And then there's alcoholism. See, if you're not working, see at work, you can't get drunk, okay, at work. So when you go to work, you got 8 hours of not drinking, you know, not drinking. But when you retire, you sit home and belt down the drinks. You belt them down. And you do it over and 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 over till then, before you know it, you're a full-blown alcoholic then. Full-blown alcoholic. And you can't stop yourself. You can't stop yourself. Yeah. So, like I'm saying, look, when you retire, you need to have stuff on your bucket list that you're gonna do. Have everything planned out that you're gonna do. You know, if you want to travel somewhere, go on and travel. Go on and travel. You know, go ahead and travel. Go on and do what you been longing to do for a long time. Because you know, at first you had to wait for a vacation, and your vacation is not that long. You know, your vacation is not that long. You good if you get 2 weeks. You know, 2 weeks vacation. But once you get back to work, you get the same old feelings again, dragging yourself to work. Y'all have that feeling, dragging yourself to work. Dragging yourself to work is when you go to work, but you don't want to. You don't want to. It's like every time, like when it's almost time to go to work, a couple of hours before you go to work, you be sitting around, man, I wish I could stay home. I wish I could stay home. Yeah, yeah. But if you're staying home every day, you'll get bored with that, you know. And that's caused a lot of stress and anxiety again. A lot of stress and anxiety, you know. Being home, you know, being home all day, not doing nothing, looking out the window and stuff like that, not doing nothing. So, like I said, man, look, get out there and do what you want to do, what you want to do, and get out and exercise. Get out and walk and stuff. Go out, get out there and walk a couple of blocks or something. Or if you jog, jog. Take up jogging, you know, or riding your bike, riding a bicycle. You got to keep an exercise regimen going, you know. If you got some weights at home, lift you some weights, you know. So I don't understand why it happens, but it happens to the best of us, you know. When people retire, they get lazy because they're not forced into doing something, you know. When you're at the job, you kind of forced into it because if not, then you get bad reviews, or you get fired, or you get wrote up, or stuff like that, you know. There's consequences, you know. But when you retire, nobody's is in charge of you, you know. So look, when y'all get to retirement age, maybe some of y'all are close to retirement age or something like that now. Keep this in mind. Check your health. Stay in touch with your health, and stay in touch with it, okay? If your blood pressure is high, take measures to lower your blood pressure, okay? And try to exercise. Keep exercising, because lack of exercise, that kind of causes high blood pressure too. So you need to keep exercising, and eat right, and get to the doctor and check yourself. You know, keep in check with all of that. You know, and you should live a happy retirement, a happy, fulfilled retirement. You know, so all right, you guys, because I'm close to retirement myself, so that's why I'm telling y'all this. You know, so and I try to stay in shape and try to eat right and everything like that, and get myself checked out, you know. But a lot of people they don't do that, you know. A lot of people they can't miss a day of work. They don't want to miss a day because they're living virtually paycheck to paycheck, you know. So, hmm. Well, anyway, you guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. Yeah. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Peace. Adios. Salamat. Stay healthy.